Oh, you're also friends.
I can't dance, so I'm not going to do that, but I am going to do a couple poems. This first one I'm kind of excited about because it revolves around the idea of trivia, and I don't really know a lot of trivia facts. Like growing up, I didn't watch Jeopardy or anything like that, so I posted on Facebook and asked all my friends, and they sent me a lot of really great suggestions, and I used as many as I could, and then sort of an honorable mention one of my friends sent that I really couldn't work in here that I wanted to was that the longest penis ever recorded was like 13.5 inches.
Ouch.
And then the more I thought about it, the more I thought that's actually relevant information to somebody, so that's why that's not in here. Anyway, the title of this piece is Trivia. Trivia is the nice name for any sort of useless information that someone somewhere cares about more than that makes sense. Facts grasped at like straws when you're trying to think about something besides death. Like, did you know sloths sleep for 15 to 20 hours a day hanging from a tree, and their fur is green because they move too slow to shake off algae? Did you know a cat once ran for mayor of Mexico City? Did you know hamster pee has a distinctive scent because it's full of musk? Did you know sharks must always keep swimming with their eyes completely open even when they're sleeping? If they stop moving, their gills stop breathing. Did you know sperm whales can hold their breaths for up to 90 minutes? Animal facts make easy targets. Outdated state laws do too. Like, did you know in Kentucky it's illegal to carry ice cream in your back pocket? I guess you need a license to carry your dairy concealed. Did you know that in Alaska it's illegal to push a moose from a plane? Which sucks for my cousin's business giving skydiving lessons to ungulates, which means a hoofed mammal. Did you know in Texas you can't sell your eyeballs? And did you know that in Texas it's illegal to shoot a buffalo from the second story of a building? And did you know that in Texas it's illegal to milk another man's cow? And did you know that in Texas you can't own any more than 6 dildos? And I don't want to know how they reach that exact limitation, but how many are so many of these from Texas? None of this will help you land an interview, although it might help you win a game show if for some reason you want to be on a game show. Although, I guess, in all fairness, all the things I used to know have become more or less useless too. Like, did you know he loved him? Did you know he knows which follicles stick out in his lover's bearded face better than his straight cousin knows the date of his third wife's birthday? Did you know that in 8th grade she locked herself in the girls' bathroom and pounded the skin off her knuckles against the stall, but even the heart-shaped stain covering the hateful graffiti etched in the wall mocks her for having a crush on a girl? 4 years later, as she buttons up her tux getting ready for prom, mom and dad are screaming that it's just a phase. 4 years after that, she's picking out a new tux for a wedding that will never happen. She outgrew her old clothing but couldn't outgrow that trivial little truth. This is who she is. Animal facts. Did you know ducks reproduce almost exclusively by rape? Did you know most species of birds that mate for life cheat on their nest mates? Did you know dolphins and bonobos and human beings are the only species in the entire kingdom that fuck for fun, and only the last one does it for love? Did you know there are documented cases of homosexuality in deer, rats, horses, swans, dolphins, chimpanzees, domesticated sheep, penguins, bison? Did you know buffalo is a proper sentence in the English language, but somehow that's his husband is too complicated for some people to manage? Elephants, giraffes, lions, and the Japanese macaque, as well as about 500 other species of animals. So you tell me what's natural. 200 years ago, wives were property. To this day, you can buy a bride and have her shipped like furniture from another country. Texas. In Texas, roughly 1/3 of marriages end before their 10th anniversary. In Texas, there are 13,148 orphaned or abandoned children waiting for a home. Outdated state law prevents gay couples from adopting them. Texas is responsible for the microchip, but can't pull its legislature out of 1956. It doesn't matter what makes sense or what doesn't. When the people in charge of making these decisions are stuck on their own biases, anything else is just trivia. Yes, okay. So I always feel weird writing love poems because it feels like just kind of like not as serious or real, but I've done 2 other ones that weren't love poems, so I'm gonna do a love poem because I want to. If I can find it. Here it is, okay. I swear to God, if you don't learn to shut up in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking jaw, Elijah, she said. 5 minutes before she punched me in my fucking jaw. And 5 minutes and 11 seconds before I decided I was in love with her. I guess I hesitated. My bruising face swelled roses and violets, and your cheeks flushed fire trucks. I didn't fall for you so much as I was knocked down, but I was just a peg too far up anyways. I saw stars exploding into supernovas, swallowing out my old world blues. The Big Bang that gave birth to my new universe was a warning shot. Did you know moths can view the world in more colors than we can? When you knocked my lights out, I learned to see infrared, and I painted a portrait of you in unimaginable technicolor hues, but I guess you couldn't see it that way. The rain plays jazz standards on metal weathered vans outside my windows. I am improvising fills in the gaps between the wind blasts you punch out of my chest, and that's the best damn solo I've ever heard. Mark my words, this is the title fight. We are heavy stones rolling like knuckle bones. I am taking fate in my hands, clenching these dice in my fists until the faces numbered bullet holes draw trickles of blood from my palms, wrapping them up in white tape like flags of surrender shredded to ribbon, like peace signs come undone. This is worth fighting for. I won't come out till I'm nothing but black eyes, swelling shut and rising in darkened mounds, filled with all the blood my bone marrow will allow, hearts left out to dry, harden like body casts. But the rain is playing a victory march, and I'm tapping out of tune with a bent metal spoon against rusted metal prison bars. My suicide king heart is just barely tucked in up my sleeve. Like a face card in a game of poker, I have every intention of winning, whether the odds are in my favor or not. And every tooth knocked loose from my skull and spit gory onto the mat is met with applause that thunders like volcanoes erupting under seawater, pushing waves that wash the shore away. Today is the day I found out what I want. Why would I ever surrender? Thank you.
Thank you.